Good afternoon. Today's December 5th. This is iPulse Live. I'm Guilherme De Domenico.
And I'm Swanson Gibson Jr. Freedom. Tonight we focus on a Palestinian-American teenager who called Florida home and became the unwanted focus of the simmering tensions in the Middle East.
Mohammed Zahir Ibrahim is out of an Israeli jail now after months of long incarceration. I sat down via Zoom to talk with his uncle. When we first spoke a few months ago, he was a portrait of grief and worry. Now, there's joy, thanks, and many lingering questions. On Thanksgiving Day in America, a family's prayers finally answered outside an Israeli prison. A hug 9 months in the making. 16-year-old Mohammed Zahir Ibrahim free at last in his dad's embrace. This is Mohammed's uncle, Ziad Kadur. He lives in Cocoa Beach. I talked with him via Zoom.
It was very emotional for us. There was a sense of relief and happiness and joy. It was Thanksgiving that day. And, that made everybody smile and celebrate.
This is Mohammed before his arrest and how he looks now.
This was a child. They can call him a prisoner or a detainee, but he was taken blindfolded from his home, zip-tied at gunpoint by masked men. If you look at those details specifically, that's what a hostage looks like. And that's how we're going to address this.
A world away from his Tampa home, Mohammed's nightmare began on a February night this year at his family's West Bank residence. Israeli authorities came knocking and arrested him on a charge of allegedly throwing rocks at Israeli settlers.
9.5 months for standing next to somebody throwing a rock is 9.5 months too long.
A teen suddenly adrift in an Israeli military prison. Mohammed's 16th birthday came and went. After months of clinging to hope, a movement began to free Mohammed.
So it was kind of a timing thing, We had a new lawyer who did a good job. But at the same time, we had, other aspects of, politicians pushing and which maybe you can consider like a media frenzy. Mohammed's story became big. Mohammed became like the poster boy of the Israeli prison services. And they were able to work out a deal where they said, if he pleads guilty for one of the charges, we can suspend his sentence and release him.
His physical recovery will take time. His emotional recovery will too. His family says Mohammed saw death up close in jail. His young jailmate perished there.
He actually died in the same cell that Mohammed was in due to malnutrition and lack of medicine, lack of care. His body is still in a refrigerator in the prison. It hasn't been released to his family. It's been almost 4 months.
More anguish upon his release. Mohammed found out his cousin had died in midsummer, beaten to death by Israeli settlers in the West Bank, according to international reports.
That was a roller coaster for him. He had this ultimate high of being free and in between his mother and father. Then he found out that his favorite cousin was murdered.
This is Mohammed offering his condolences to his cousin's relatives in the West Bank.
He's like this young man now who felt obligated to say, well, I'm alive and I'm home. These guys are not. Let me go say sorry to them. That's a lot for a 16-year-old. But it was just another Friday in the West Bank.
Mohammed will come back to Tampa after he's strong enough to do so. His family says the story does not end with him.
There's many more Mohammeds in these prisons. There's over 380 more children in these prisons. It's never been just about Mohammed. We were starting with Mohammed because we're his family, and it's our duty to take care of, our loved ones. But all these other kids who are not American also need somebody to fight for them, to stand for them.
For now, though, a family focuses on a son and nephew.
We're going to, keep pushing to get him healthy and strong, but we're also going to work on his mental health and bring him back to the best version of Mohammed we can.
One hug, one tearful reunion at a time. Guilherme de Domenico reporting for iPulse News.
We reached out to the Israeli consulate in Miami and Washington. As of now, we have not heard a response. We will continue to update you.
Now to the growing controversy on the use of deadly force in the Trump administration's fight against alleged narco-terrorists in the Caribbean. Senators yesterday viewed a private tape of a second strike against a boat allegedly carrying drugs. That second strike killed 2 South Americans. Adam Smith reported what he saw to CNN.
It's very, very clear in this video, which, by the way, should be made public. You had 2 shipwrecked people on the top of the tiny little bit of the boat that was left, that was capsized, the bow. They weren't signaling to anybody. And the idea that these 2 were going to be able to return to the fight, even if you accept all of the questionable legal premises around this mission, around these strikes, it's still very hard to imagine how these 2 were returning to any sort of fight in that condition.
In local news, Florida shoppers are concerned after Publix announced it will allow customers to openly carry firearms. Under the law, business owners can choose to allow or ban open carry on their property. Enzo Baboni has the latest.
Publix, Florida's #1 grocery chain, has just implemented a sweeping change to its firearm policy, now allowing open carry in its stores. A decision that's igniting immediate reaction from shoppers, employees, and advocacy groups across the region. Florida Attorney General James Uthmeier announced that open carry was now, quote, the law of the state. I spoke with March for Our Lives Executive Director Jacqueline Corin about how she feels about the policy.
This is a moment for us to speak up and to say that we truly refuse to accept the normalization of visible guns in everyday places where we should feel safe.
John McNulty is a customer service associate at Publix, and he is also a Lynn student.
I don't feel so good about it, personally, because I close on a lot of days, and there's a lot of customers who, let's just say, aren't that stable at night, so it could be a little dangerous.
I saw it as a decision that really sends a message about whose comfort and safety matter most.
Things could happen at any moment, like if especially if a weapon's out, like someone gets in a fight about like anything, they can just fire their weapons, and like people can get very hurt, and it's not a good idea.
There's people who are mentally ill that still own guns, even through all of the background checks that are going on. There's a lot of altercations that could happen, and someone could just pull a gun out.
In a statement regarding this policy, the company said, quote, as is true for many issues which arise every day, Publix leaves it to the discretion of store managers to determine if a customer is creating a threatening, erratic, or dangerous shopping experience. As the debate intensifies and communities adjust, one thing is clear. Publix's open carry policy marks a pivotal moment in the conversation about guns in public spaces, and its impact is only beginning to unfold. I'm Enzo Baboni, reporting for iPulse News.
Depression on Florida girls, a report commissioned by the Girl Scouts of Florida Association, is a disturbing portrait of mental health issues. Bullying, body image worries, social media pressures, and more are all factors the report finds.
But it also suggests more outreach and counseling resources can help. Elle Harrigan is with the Girl Scouts of Southeast Florida as Chief Advancement Officer. Harrigan sat down with reporter Ellie Nickel.
What's driving these numbers?
So many girls are reporting that there are ACEs happening within the household, adverse childhood experiences. These could be anything from sexual assault to not having security of electricity. Right, and so they are seeking outside spaces. 52% of girls in middle school have said that for over 2 weeks that they have felt sad and depressed, right? And so at that point in time, from a clinical standpoint, that's when someone would say there is a clinical issue of depression. 1 in 4 girls have seriously considered suicide, right? And that is hugely concerning to us. Girl Scouts does provide those opportunities to speak out. We have peer counseling, right, peer-to-peer. We have a trusted mentor. We have a safe space. But right now in Florida, Girl Scouts only serve 2% of the girls. And so if we are going to see it change for 1 in every 4 girls finding that they are looking to suicide, right, we need to serve more girls. And so that has really become our mission here in the last 10 months. We went back for historical data, and I think right now we have a lot of people talking about like what the effect of COVID was, right? And I don't know that we can really say that all of this is contributed to COVID.
And were you surprised of the depth along with like the issue and crisis?
We are seeing it continue to rise actually as social media has risen, right? And so it's not so much a COVID concern, I don't think, and the social media concern, there's a lot of good things about social media, right? But the biggest thing is that girls are seeking connection, and that is, that's just part of our human condition. We want to be liked, we want to have family, we want to have community. And so they're seeking that out in social media and are not experiencing that. And girls are specifically being targeted at a much higher rate for bullying, for cyberbullying than boys, right? And it's not even on something that is actually reflective of them. If somebody believes something about them, if they, specifically if they are in an LGBTQ community, or if they are not, but somebody has said that they are, then they are being targeted at a 3 times higher rate than another girl.
How does this report help us improve like services and focus on those needs?
The purpose of this report was to really just be able to reach out to all of our community partners. Girl Scouts has been blessed as being a legacy organization to conduct the report. We took it on out of our own findings and our own commitment to be able to provide it to all of our community members. This is not just about Girl Scouts, right? We need to all work together. Since then, I've been working with several committees and several community liaisons in order for us to really address some of the issues. I think that what we do need to do is have more conversations with more girls, and so we've incorporated some of that. At the local level for our Girl Scouts, we did a full restructuring in order for us to really focus in on girls and to focus in specifically on those BIPOC communities and girls who may not feel safe in their environments.
Overcoming deep personal loss and trying to use her experience and talented skills to help others navigate their pain. That is the powerful story of Lynn University student Sophia Etienne, as told by Sage Pena.
Oh, there you are. Come here. I need to tell you something. It's very important.
Sophia Etienne is a storyteller who finds beauty in vulnerability, beginning as curiosity for camera work and quickly turning into a way to translate emotion into visual language. Through her time as a student filmmaker, she's explored themes of isolation, identity, and the quiet resilience of the human spirit. With her latest project, Soldat, is a reflection of that journey and is a deeply personal story about solitude, connection, and the search for meaning in a world full of isolation.
Sweet little rainbows, sweet little rain, fly through my window, bring your colors to.
I want to say the first time that it clicked for me, I was, I think, either in 7th or 8th grade. I can't really remember, but I saw how, like, the behind the scenes, it was like an insider video, and I was like, oh, seems like a really interesting career. I kind of like want to do that. That's like, it captivated me. And then
she wants to be more than a filmmaker, an artist who tells stories that matter, using her craft to make people feel and see the world differently.
My current project that I'm in the works is my capstone. It means a lot to me, mainly because it's like in an exaggerated form, but like what my life was like after my mom passing away. So it's more of like life after, like how to deal with it, how like it's kind of difficult to be like alone and not having a parent that you were like really close with.
Despite the heavy and personal subject matter, she's hopeful and excited to bring this next project to life.
Kind of excited. I hope people like it, you know. It would mean a lot to me.
The holidays are here. They can be fun, hectic too. even stressful as you balance work demands, shopping, and a million other things on your checklist. Lynn students are no exception, as they keep one eye on final exams and the other on the fast-approaching holiday break. Allison Wallace brings us the story.
A semester that felt very fast is now coming to a close. Certain students are stressed about finishing the semester strong.
The next 2 weeks are like super stressful for me.
Yeah, I mean, a little stressful just because, you know, I have a couple research papers, some final exams they're due. So yeah, I mean, obviously I'll try my best to maintain it. I think I will maintain it, but yeah, there's obviously a little bit of urge of nervousness, stress, due to if you have a big assignment coming up that's worth a lot of your grade.
Lynn University offers free counseling services for students who are feeling overwhelmed by their workload, providing a safe space to talk, reset, and get support during the end of semester stress. I talked with a counselor who spoke about tips students can use to relieve their anxiety.
Break it down, you know, because things can be really overwhelming. And there's that saying, like, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. And obviously nobody's eating elephants. But if you can just break it down again, like if you have a 5-page paper, don't get so overwhelmed with thinking about I'll never get to 5 pages, but just start with the first paragraph and then maybe it'll flow.
There are also free tutoring services for a wide range of subjects, helping students stay on top of their coursework, and a Zen room for relaxation.
It is a room that you can reserve with the receptionist here, and you can have it for like a block of like 30 minutes to an hour, and it's just a place where you can be like calm and quiet. It's a place to de-stress.
Best of luck to all students as they finish the semester. I'm Allison Wallace for iPulse News.
Here at iPulse News, we'd go to any corner of the earth to get a good story.
That's true. That's true. And one good example, Swanson, is what you did during Thanksgiving break in the Bahamas.
Yes.
So let's take a look.
Hello, everyone. Swanson Gibson Jr. here, iPulse News Sports Director, and I'm home in the Bahamas for the Anachronous Wellness High-Level Sports Injury Recovery Seminar. I'm at the Bahama Resorts, where numerous sports enthusiasts speak to the various aspects of therapy while giving various demonstrations.
And I want to go medial now. I got to shorten this, and I got to go in. So there's a bit of work to be done.
Lessons on recovery in front of a room full of trainers from across the Bahamas and the USA. Dr. Eduardo Thompson has worked in physiotherapy for over 25 years and has included Olympic athletes as his clients.
We have to educate athletic trainers on some of the common errors that they could be making, and then how do you prevent them and how do you correct them.
Dr. Thompson founded Anachronist Wellness last year. The brand's impact has extended beyond the Bahamas, attracting professional athletes from across the globe seeking treatment. This is Dr. Thompson's first major seminar.
This was our first one. I'm excited about it. We got a good turnout. I would love to take this throughout the high schools, even through different clubs and federations. We've also gotten a global reach.
Renowned talent agents like Dr. Glenn Toby came here taking notice.
The modalities, I think the systems, the teachings, and the development of what this man is doing, Eduardo Thompson, on a global level is amazing. He's been in what some would say obscurity, but he's been masterminding and creating modalities and systems for so long.
Guest speaker and sports performance expert Tim Adams talks about his approach to the masterclass.
I've been fortunate to be coaching for 39 years and have over 200,000 hours in the trenches of learning and working with my clients. And I've come to realize that if they don't understand what it is that I'm trying to communicate to them, I need to find a better way to communicate that to them. And so I created a bunch of models that are representative of some of the concepts that I like to share.
Spreading the word on wellness, one recovering athlete at a time. Reporting for iPulse News, I'm Swanson Gibson Jr. We bring you the latest on tariffs as they are affecting the goods we buy. Now, they are adding to the cost of artificial Christmas trees made in other countries. Families are turning to buy real trees. Reporter Lillian Carrion has more on the story.
That'd be helpful.
Whether it's bringing a new generation into an old tradition or creating a new tradition.
My sister and I are going to bring our kids here, and it's going to be fun.
Picking out your own Christmas tree is a holiday tradition many observe the day after Thanksgiving. This year, in addition to longtime customers, Star Pine saw many new faces like Tiana and Tegan Brooks.
We just had a great Thanksgiving yesterday, and so this is just like getting us ready. We did some Black Friday shopping this morning, so we're definitely geared up.
But what's bringing families to the tree farm instead of big box stores for an artificial tree? Economic experts say it might be the prices. The American Christmas Tree Association says tariffs are driving the price of artificial trees up. More than 80% of artificial Christmas trees are made in China. According to the Real Christmas Tree Board, 80% of tree growers are not raising prices this year. That's despite some tough growing seasons and increased overhead costs, whether it's the tree real or fake.
Come at things with just a place of gratitude.
It's the holiday memories that bring these families together. I'm Lilian Carreon for iPulse News.
What's the holiday season without making an impact? This week, students, faculty, and staff perused on one-of-a-kind gifts that help towards a greater cause. Lisette Guillen has the story.
It's the season of buying, but most importantly, giving. Social impact organizations sold artisanal goods at Christine's Park on the Lynn University campus, from jewelry to stuffed animals to hot sauce.
So today we have pickles over there. It's a Haitian slaw. This is a recipe from my mother. And so it's all this is going to go to support our schools in Haiti, supporting students, families, and communities in Haiti.
And she hopes the money raised here can be a small part of new opportunities for Haitian children.
But the type of education that they're receiving in Haiti is very backward, and it's just memorizing stuff. So at our schools, we push for them to have a holistic education, which is not only reading and write, but also learning how to live with one another, learning how to grow together.
Dr. Wayne Law is a fan of Merlene's.
Got a little bit of that citrus lime, vinegar, and that slaw is just really good.
From Haitian to Colombian crafts, Jeanette Francis sold handmade purses. They combine fashion with a good cause. For a program near to her heart in native Colombia.
The proceeds go to Mejor Futuro, which is an after-school program for the children in this area to teach them to read and write, because unfortunately, a lot of their parents cannot read and write, so they cannot do the homework.
She believes better futures start in the classroom.
My inspiration is teaching classes on sustainability and corporate social responsibility.
Valentina Morello stopped by to help the cause.
I got this little plate thing from this foundation, Mejor Futuro. It's also got this little clip that they offered me. It's a little blue clip. And with a $10 purchase, I also got a free bracelet. And it's really nice because it's all handmade and it's really pretty.
Claudia Henao showed off her creative flair. These glass bottles reflect her background in glass art.
I saved these bottles out of the landfills. And as you see, they are beautiful pieces now that can be reused. I've been designing things with the bottom of a bottle, or with the top of a bottle, or with the center of a bottle. I love to create things.
With the holiday season already here, these market items are making a difference in the community, one product at a time. Lisette Guillen reporting for iPulse News.
Lighting up with Christmas and holiday season excitement. That's a tradition in Delray Beach, and even a loose plug or connection could not dampen the fun at the annual Christmas tree lighting this week. Davin Belbis was there.
Santa Claus came to town Tuesday night to partially light Delray Beach's famous Christmas tree.
3, 2, 1!
Well, even though there were technical
difficulties tonight. Yesterday, the tree was lit and beautiful and full force. So I think just with the excitement of all these people here, the tree got a little overwhelmed. It didn't come out for us, but I trust her. We love her, you know. I know we'll be back next year and she'll be more beautiful than ever.
Honestly, I'm a Boca native and I see it every year, and so this is actually the first year where I haven't seen it fully lit, and it's honestly like interesting and funky to see it. But yeah, I'm gonna come back because it's honestly like the best tree in the area, so.
Nothing could dim the festive spirit, and quickly enough, the Grinch that caused the lighting glitch got cleared up. The Christmas tree sparkled in all its holiday glory.
What was your favorite part of the event tonight?
The disco party, where you go and dance without sound.
Probably my favorite part was lighting up the Christmas tree. It was really like exciting, and it was just like really fun to experience.
Probably being with friends and seeing the lighting and the malfunction.
Yeah.
Probably, yeah, just having fun with my friends and probably the carousel. Having fun with my friends. Probably the tree lighting and hanging out with friends and family a lot.
Between the silent disco, ice skating, and local vendors, the holiday spirit was high.
This Christmas tree, standing at 100 feet tall, is the largest here in the state of Florida, and with rich history dating back to the 1990s, has become an icon in Delray Beach. Throughout the next few weeks, be sure to grab your friends, your family, and come check out the holiday spirit. I'm Davinder Belbis reporting for iPulse News.
That's our newscast for December 5th, 2025. I'm Guilherme De Domenico.
And I'm Swanson Gibson Jr. Remember, you can find our latest sports, hard news, and entertainment stories on iPulsenews.com. Have a wonderful weekend.